Well, I was misled from 2023 by some male I met on social media. Turned out it's called love bombing. I didn't know all this. I didn't really clearly know any of this, really. I should have seen this coming and I didn't. And I've documented, I've kept all the documents and evidence what's been going on. UK, this is quite serious. I didn't know about all this until November 2023. And I looked up, still awake because I can't sleep, Section 15A, Sex Offences Statute Act 2003. There's also Protection of Children Act 1978. And I'm looking at this, all these, how this all could be linked to this individual in question. He's a very vulnerable man, and personas are like very true to narcissism. It's about his character. Deep down, as a real man, he has problems, and he's not naturally attracted to children at all. He isn't at all. But again, I'm not there, am I? Knowing what, when I don't talk to him on Google Chat, Telegram app. I'm not there when I don't talk to him, am I? So how do I really know what goes on? His attraction is not with underage children, since I've known him. And when he's been in my live shows on TikTok, which is another app, and I began on that platform really October period, and I had witnesses of other guests on my show, him verbally abusing me. I've documented all this, by the way. Behaviours of, definitely, I didn't even know, but it wasn't for someone called May in America. He's a moderator on his main channel. He's keeping his distance because of the way the world is now. Sending me a link to that because I had no idea what that meant, really, to be honest. And I've been studying it ever since, and the traits are 100% genuinely there. So I suddenly was getting 97,000 likes. Never ever happens on that particular social media app on TikTok. Covering subjects of law, really, maritime, inventory, common law, contract law, etc. And it started very basic, and then I was able to they do like a live streaming, but you have to be careful who's who now. And the targeted program is what I normally cover. I haven't been able to go live on my the platform I use generally on my laptop because certain people have damaged it. I join a targeted group every Sunday night as soon as I can because it's very supportive, and different people who have voice to skull technology, which is interface, brain interface technology. They get V2K, I don't. All that side of it. The real technology is available. I'm now learning a lot more about technology, quantum technology, etc. And it is very real. It's a very demonic world, unfortunately. There is beauty there too. But this individual in question, it's a shame because I was, what they call it, manipulated without realising. I've got audio in the background trying to listen to, but my phone is compromised. Two phones have got compromised. So I looked at this in the UK statute law. I mean, basically, I didn't know how I got this sent to me. It's online enforcement. I think it's a Facebook page, they have a website, why they do track people's online activity, especially if it's underage 14, I think it is. I'm not sure, but when I saw it, this guy's face, it's the same guy I've been talking to and getting to know, build a relationship with. 37-year-old, and I'm much older. And I didn't know none of this. And of course, I saw his image and I did confront him in November 2023. He denied, he implied he was set up, but I'm watching the video, the live video feed that's set up online, public knowledge, and his images. And he generally did look in shock. And he was sober. What I've noticed, I had to, it sounds weird, but I had to stick around because I wanted to see for myself. The drinking probably was an issue, and I have been encouraging for so long to go and get help with that. I've encouraged him to try and get out and about instead of being on the internet all the time and using apps. And it's volatile, his home situation. And I'm no excuse, by the way, this is his brother. Both of them brought up in a very traumatic background as children, very satanic upbringing, very not pleasant, and no excuse, I know. So his brother Forney fell to repeated sex offences charges, and he's going to have a court hearing this Friday in a day's time up north in the UK. No doubt that will hit the press because of the seriousness of the offences. And then this individual, I know, his brother, feels for his mum's safety, his safety, in case the people around his area find out. I was trying to reassure him, well, mainly not as a romantic interest, as a friend, and I'm trying to assure him that, you know, don't retaliate or anything like that, just be safe. And is your mum got another male friend there present that all could be there? He said yes. So I hope that's true. And in his heart, he has absolute total remorse. But I've got this documented too. Because I've never known a single public servant, a police officer, going round to someone's house at 8 or so in the evening and say they need to go back. But I have seen part of the documents this evening, it was morning now in UK time, that what he's in charge with, and it's very serious. I can't be party to it anymore. I'll be a friend, but I can't have an emotional attachment to him anymore. I have a family, I have grandchildren, and I don't care what people think about me, but at the end of the day I have to draw my distance. I can just be a friend and hope he gets the right support for his drinking and counselling or whatever they do, because in England, in the system, I know the big players who are in trafficking, unfortunately, and I know the bigger players that do certain things to kids. I've known this since the 90s, but I've never spoken about it, and it's not my place. And I know things firsthand, and I won't ever speak out about it. I let other people do that. And knowing somebody that's been caught up and he feels it's an entrapment, I don't know this firsthand, but I know that it can happen. And this channel's mainly about the skies and weather started off. So I'm just making this. I don't know if this will get up on this channel. I have to focus on spirituality, and I'll just a message to a very dear friend, was my moderator on this channel. He's had to pull back, he's in a different country, and he's always been loyal to me. I'd like to say thank you to him. He's always right in the first place. It's quite distraughting actually to find this out, and how I got sucked in, to be honest. It could happen to anyone, can't it? But I have to, for the sake of my own well-being and for the sake of my own family members, although I don't see them, but I've got grandkids, you know what I mean? And I really am not there seeing if he does what he does. When he's shut away from his mum, and he's got his telly, and he's in a room, and he's got ambitions, he wants to travel, how do I know that he would just get a slap on the wrist and told not to communicate with anybody, use social media, and that then he'll be saving up money to just go and travel abroad and get away from it? And then I'll be drawn. I'm not going to ever be a character witness. I won't be that. I've got too much on my own plate, going through a lot of stuff, and it's just being common sense about it. So whether it was entrapment he went through, because I hear it can happen, but also you've got to be online safety for everything now, and just focus on here and now. So let this be a warning to anyone, women or men, individuals out there. You've got to be extremely vigilant who you get to know, especially online. You've got to meet them, eventually. You've got to really know them before you get involved with somebody. Because how do you know their tendencies are not for certain things? I've got evidence where December time he wanted me to wear like my hair in a certain way, and all these subtle little things. I've kept a journal, a written diary, and I've got all the dates. I always log everything. I take screenshots, because I just always had this gut feeling about him. He's a very, very the narcissist experts out there coaching and healing people that help survivors of narcissism heal and things, which is really good. Mentions about key things which I've seen in this guy. Yeah. So really tonight, early hours of the morning, I was late getting in, thinking it's going to snow this area. It may not. I got to get some sleep and reflect on everything. And I just feel so gutted that I got took in by it all. So I have to just, it's a learning experience, all this. It's painful, and it's a learning experience. And apparently it wasn't a real child, basically. It was undercover entrapment. It's like somebody poses a certain age group to entrap people that are attracted to younger people on a sexual manner. It's really serious, I can't be associated with this. I have to keep my distance. And they, unless I know firsthand, if he's still got any attraction for that age group, only a professional trained psychologist or psychiatrist will be able to know that. And I'm not one of those. I'm just somebody trying to thought I knew as much as I could for my own preservation. I would never out him. I think that will happen for itself. I will never name about him. But if anyone drags my name into this, just because I got sucked into this, I had no clue. And I wouldn't know if we still carry on because we've never met and we don't live near each other. So I know his real name. And it's horrible things. This is what trauma does as kids. You grow up and you be like this. I'm a survivor of a serial killer from 2002, so I can totally relate to the victims and survivors of sexual abuse. And SAR, I think they call it. And I can relate to the trauma and the lasting effects of it. I'm the only survivor. So you can see why all these years later I cannot be associated with this situation. And I've documented when this guy is been drinking. I've documented his behaviours. I've documented the key words he says to me. I've documented, which should never be mentioned, about things he's saying about MI5, what's the other one? So MI6 in England. And he's saying key words I can't repeat here either. And I've got evidence of that. And it just seems to me I've just been used. He's either a good actor and I've been used, and it's all just set up to get at me. And why am I so important? Because as many people can be used to be set up. A bit like that film Manchurian Candidate. I might go and watch it because I can't see at the moment. But just be warning to people. If I'm strong-willed and nobody penetrates my protection wall, and I'm a very spiritual woman, and I know we're protected. If he is a lost individual and his weakness at the time, he would have all his communications monitored still for that date. And that means any communication between him and me too. So, yeah, it's not pleasant. And now I want to go and listen to someone else's live and just chill out for a bit. And I'm just going to end this stream. So, if I can make more videos on this, I'll be doing a blog. A weekly blog, really. How I'm coping with the after effects of all this. How it's an emotional roller coaster. How I got sucked into this, and how gutted I am, really, and how to move on. And people see this video, leave your comments below, and you got some links, important information that might help me move forward from all this. I'll be appreciated. We've got to be strong and not go back to thinking, oh, life is too short, there is always somebody out there for someone, but this I can't be associated with at all.